top of the morning.
Top of the morning to you, my good Rilla. And I must say that you're looking a pip in a hooray to yourself today.
Well, thank you. And yes. The beard is looking rather chipper.
Thank you, sir. I did my fair share of fluffery today, but that was most of it.
The fluffery is a foot, I say.
Hey, yo, you know what, man? Hell with that, man. We earth and sky.
Boom.
Earth and sky connect.
Boom.
You know how we do it. Hey, look, if you ain't wake up this morning on the earth, or you ain't wake up in this morning in the sky, slap yourself. Just go ahead and slap yourself. Just like real quick.
You ain't in reality. You ain't
in reality. Hey, you know, I don't even know if there's any disclaimers that need to be put down today, because we're not talking about anything else but what's your passion. And if I get to give you a disclaimer, it's got to be that you probably ain't following your passion. What you think about that one, Scott?
Well, I mean, either you ain't following it or you haven't found it. One of the two. Now, the thing about your passion is you may go a long time. You may not find your passion till you're in your 50s, 60s, 70s. Some people find their passion at 5, 10, and that's what they are passionate about, and they follow that passion. So today's Wednesday morning mashup, our hot take for today is following your passion. What's your passion? And follow it. What's your gorilla? What's your go? What go is the movement. Gorilla is the way. What's your way? What's your passion?
What's your way? I mean, you know, like the in the Asian world diaspora, they call it the Tao. You know, the Tao De Ching. You know what I'm saying? Or the Tao De Ching. There's so many different ways to say it from what I heard. I really don't know. I got to ask somebody. But the Tao, if you ever see that, that means way. Okay. You know, Bruce Lee had the way. He was called, one of his movies was renamed, but the original name for it was called The Way of the Dragon, or the Tao of the Dragon. And
that became Into the Dragon.
And it became Into the Dragon. Let me tell you, Bruce Lee, and I'm gonna have to find a source for my battery here. Bruce Lee is by far my hero. He is by far
next
level. I mean, like, bro, let me tell you something. When I was a little kid, matter of fact, his most popular movies came out the year we were born.
Yeah.
Dude, do you know how magical and powerful 73 had to be?
Oh, extreme.
To give birth to you and me?
Oh.
And Bruce Lee's most popular? Come on, man. What are we talking about here?
Look, we are talking about basically, of course, energy. Energy is in all things. We are energy. That's why finding your passion, people, is so important, because you think you're doing big things now. When you find your passion, your energy level increases. The only thing I can liken it to, and for those of you who don't like anime, I get you won't understand this right up front, but it's kind of like being a Super Saiyan. Like they would when they first started, they could just they knew they were Saiyans, but then they had to realize, wait a minute, I can go Super Saiyan, and then they realized, wait a minute, I can go beyond Super Saiyan. That's just the start. That was the tip of the iceberg. Again, they were following who they were. They were following their passion. At the end of the day, they were pretty much defenders. And they realized that, this is what I do. I train, I fight. This is what I do. And once they grasped that, they then could take on more powerful, faster, larger forms. And to the point where they realized, wait a minute, some of the people that we're going against, we're taking this to different levels. We got to take this to a different level.
Right.
Hence, they started to merge, the mergers, to now come into like they made Super Saiyan look like that we used to do that back in the day. Like that
Right.
what's that? Like, because we're on a completely different plane of existence now with it. And that's pretty
Yeah.
much what following your passion will do for you. Following your passion will take you from doing what you do on a regular level and then amplifying that to a level at which you have never seen, never felt, and it's effortless. When you're doing something that you do, time does not exist. When you enjoy doing it, you're like, oh, 4 hours just went by. And then all of a sudden you get out the zone, everything crumples down
Yep.
because now you've gotten out of the zone to notice time. Why? Like, find that time for your passion. Find that time that you can give that passion. And I promise you, your passion will never put you in a situation you're not supposed to be in. It will only help uplift you. And you want a sense of fulfillment, follow your passion. You will get that sense of fulfillment. I promise you, people. I look, I don't promise much. I promise you, you will get a sense of fulfillment by following your passion. And it's just that simple.
It's that simple, man. Listen. When I went into talk to my wife last night, right? She said, when you came into the room last night and you looked at me, you put the phones on the bed and you said, we need to talk. She said, you had a fire about you. Now, it's funny, right? People can see things in you that you can't see in yourself because you blind yourself. I blinded myself. I've been blinding myself for years, but just enough to stay in the lane, but not enough to grow that fire. Last night, I gotta give it to you, man. You just kept throwing log after log. It's like, oh, the fire's kind of cooling down. Ooh, another log.
Oh,
Oh,
I
let me
went and
show
got
you this right
Pretorius
here.
for you.
Whoa,
You silverback, so I couldn't throw no little bit. I had to go get some redwoods,
woo,
and I had to kind of chop them down.
woo.
And so I needed the big guns on this one.
Oh, you gave me the big guns last night, man. You gave me the big guns, bro. And I'm gonna tell you, I am like so beyond the mediocre, egotistical thinking of having to say disclaimers when I say certain things. That's like, in other words, like the no Cuomo, the no this, the no that. Like, oh, let me back this one down. No, 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 no. We are talking about a movement, an ideology, a theocracy based on passion. What's your passion? You remember when we came up with that, bro?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like all we gotta ask is one question.
What's your passion?
We can go up to anybody and ask them one question. What's your passion? And the very few were able to present what their passion was. It's my kids. It's my job. No, because when it's your passion, it doesn't feel like a job. When it's your passion, it's something behind your job or something behind your kids. They're giving you something to express or ventilate your passion into, which is them, which is your the people that you work with, the people that you're working for, the service you provide. So you can be passionate about those things, but that's not your passion. Your passion, it lays deep. It lays deep below. Like if this is a surface, the crust surface, you got to go, 80,000 miles to the center of the earth to get to your passion. And that's the part that people don't want to. Boy, I'm about to go into my Rocky. You bum. You're a bum if you don't have a passion.
You're bum, right? You're
never
bum.
gonna make it rock if you
Not
don't know
gonna make it
what
rock.
your passion is. If you can't find out what your passion is, rock, you're never gonna make it be.
No, but look, you will have an existence that literally you regret.
Yeah.
Because what happens is you end up finding that passion when you're 80. Unfortunately, you're probably got some type of sickness, illness, dis-ease has crept in,
Right.
And you're like, I always knew this was my passion and never followed it. Look, Louise Hay, rest her soul.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
She didn't find her passion until she was in her 50s, bro. She didn't start doing the books and doing all of that when she was young. She found all of that later in life. So when you find stuff like that later in life, and she ran with it, like she built Hay House Radio. So she built a book, a whole book. I don't even know what you want to call it. I mean, she's got tons of books, tons of ebooks.
Theories.
Thank you. And Hay House Radio. And she
A
started
platform where she can be heard at her own accord.
And just ran with it. And she just literally ran with it. And see, that's what it's about at the end of the day. It's about finding that passion, whatever that passion is, regardless to what anybody tells you. Regardless. Because guess what? Your passion might not be for somebody, but I can promise you this much. You're going to find other like minds, because once you're following your passion, you attract them.
Right.
And they will come out of nowhere. And literally a way will be shown to you. I mean, you're like, I just got to get this done, but there's just no. And all of a sudden, a path is laid out of nowhere, out of thin air. Somebody comes up to you and starts talking about what you need, or they know somebody who can do what you need, or they're talking about your passion and they're like-minded. Oh my, what's that?
Like, man, listen. Golly, we just, it's like a tennis match right now, but it's not a competition. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? It's like to build the power of the passion of
right now.
Volleying, you know, and look, I mean, when you get around certain people, right, they can give you something to be passionate about. They can give you something that makes you think like, yeah, you know, I'm feeling this, you know, I'm all on board with this, and, you know, I'm all good here. But the truth is, man, passion, for lack of better terms, is something that wakes you up. It puts you to sleep. When you talk about it, you step outside of your egoic self, because your egoic self knows limitations. Your passionate self knows no limitation.
Limitless.
Go ahead, kill him. Go ahead.
Oh, limitless. Look, your egoic self has a purpose. Okay. Your egoic self is survival mode. Now you can exist in survival mode, and more than likely you will form a dis-ease, which is in medical terms disease. So what happens is, if you literally start to follow your passion, right, your ego has nowhere to go. It can't chime in even, because basically it gets checked. It gets checked before it even gets a chance to say or do anything.
Check that shit at the door.
Thank you. Because you're actually happy. Oh my goodness. Notice when, I don't care if your passion is planting flowers, plant you a whole bunch of damn flowers. Why? Because that's when you're in your happy place.
Yeah.
Look, they tell us through movies, right? For those of you who remember the movie Happy Gilmore, what did he tell Happy he was like happy? He's like, look, go to your happy place. Go to that place that makes you happy. He saw the chick, she was in lingerie. He saw his grandma. You know what I'm saying? All the things that made him happy, that's what he saw. His golf game improved, like they're trying to tell you. Look, this morning, people, if you can see this, I'm drinking happy water. Yes, there is a study by a man called Dr. Emoto. He is no longer on this plane of existence. But Dr. Emoto basically said that water, being a living thing, has energy. And seeing that it has energy and it's water, it's receptive to the energy around it, to the things you put on it, in it. So he he had Buddhist monks bless some water. And then he basically talked really greasy and nasty to some water and labeled it mad and angry. Then he froze the water to see what the crystals would look like. And you would see these beautiful shapes of when for happy water, and then you would have love water, and then blessed water
Right.
by a Buddhist monk. And then you looked at the water that was angry. It was brown looking. It was I mean, it looked like some sewage.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
So when you start to look at what following your passion, it keeps you in harmony. What Earth was talking about earlier is kind of like Kundalini energy. For those of you who are in metaphysics or not even metaphysics and you just do yoga, you know about Kundalini yoga. So look, the energy that starts at the base of your spine and literally finds its way up your spine into your crown chakra. At that point, yes. See, where do you think they actually got that movement from? And guess what they say? The Kundalini energy is kind of like snake going through. But wait, medical uses that same flow. Why? Because they basically know, and this is true. Oh, and look at your boy Patch Adams. Patch Adams. Patch Adams was not a doctor. He was not a doctor whatsoever, but had a passion for helping people. And he had an energy and an aura about him that was just, the people that he touched got helped more than the people who were taking medication.
See, I never really heard much about Patch Adams. Was that a show or something like that? Or was
No,
that
he's a person. He's a real live person.
Huh. Didn't they make a movie about him or something?
Yes, they did.
Okay. Who played him? Was it Robert?
Yes.
Okay, so that was his movie. That was wondering why I heard about Patch Adams, but I didn't know that was a real person. I just thought that was one of Robert Williams' crazy characters.
No, but I am having like,
I see your light. Your light's looking kind of dim over there.
Right, but I'm sitting in front of like a major light. So I'm gonna slide it to you real quick. Handle that. I'll be back with you in a second, my gorilla.
Okay. Look, let's talk about this, right? We're going to take a real quick commercial break, and this commercial break is sponsored by Gorilla. Now, there's a reason why Gorilla is now sponsoring everything that we do, and has been always, because Gorilla has always been the passion from which all things have, derived from. So it started out as shirts, which you see on us right now. Here's one right here. This is one of the standard Gorilla shirts. This is one of the new ones, you know what I mean, that we're doing for the 2021. So it's got the gorilla on the back, of course. Now we've expanded out. You can see the gorilla on the sleeve right there. And we also have the gorilla in the collar. See, our passion, once upon a time, took the shirt. And it made this shirt, we just put a logo on the front, and that was it. Then we started realizing, no, we got to make these shirts our own, because we want people to see what our passion is as we wear it into the world. See, so when people see this, they wonder, why is he making that face? Like, is he a hungry gorilla? Is he a hungry primate? Is he angry? Is he upset? No, he's not. The face of this primate is simply just hungry for more passion, hungry and exuberating and experiencing and expressing his passion with an open mouth, rah, like a passion for life. The passion for life is what moves us. The passion for life is really what inspires us. It turns us into a magnet that attracts and pulls things to us. And the things that it pulls to us are for our purpose. Passion leads to purpose. Passion exposes purpose. It doesn't lead to purpose. Let me correct myself. It exposes purpose. And when it exposes that purpose, what it does is it almost puts light onto your reason for being. See, your purpose here is not to be just a useless mouth breather, not to be just a sheeple, not just to be a dad, a mom, not to be a coworker, employee, not to be a boss, not to be any of these titles. See, your passion doesn't lead you to a new title. Your passion discovers or reveals your purpose. And then when it reveals your purpose, what it does is it causes that energy, that cosmic, universal, galactic energy, that galactic stardust that we're all a part of. It causes it to now become expressive of what you were made to be and harmonize on a frequency that is strictly your own. See, here's the truth. We are all pieces in the puzzle. My piece is no greater than your piece. Your piece is no greater than mine. The pieces of the puzzle are integral because without your piece and without my piece, the puzzle cannot be whole. So therefore, our purpose is to push us into finding out where we're supposed to be at in the puzzle and hold strong to the idea that nobody else can take my place. Nobody else can take your place. You have a specific purpose unique to your own. Now, you could be amongst 5 people, 500 people, 5,000 people that all have the same passion and drive as you. But the truth is, only you can do what you can do. There's a reason why they say in the Matrix or they say in the Bible that what was done for you was done for you and you alone. That what was given to you cannot be taken by anybody else. Because for anybody else to take it means that they're going to try and use it. But when they try and use it, it will not work for them because it's uniquely your own. It's like your fingerprint. It's uniquely your own. It is a signature, all of yours. So what we're trying to do to raise the vibration of this world and raise the frequency of these people, these humans being in this world is we're trying to get them to understand their passion because through your passion, you can now break away from the idea of being chained to a 9 to 5. And you can graduate to say, this is a greater purpose for my life, to serve, to give myself back to the planet, back to the people, back to the Most High, back to the essence in a way that allows me to encourage everyone and all to follow their passion. That is what this is about. So when we're doing what we're doing it because one, it lights us on fire. It's like it engulfs us in flames. It has us running down the street, you know what I'm saying, with gasoline draws on and gasoline soaked boots, you know what I'm saying? And we're running into the fray, not away from something, but into because we're passionate about it. And we are going to go out. It may be like that in the grand scheme of universal time, but for us, it's going to be a slow movement and it's going to be slow motion because when you're in your passion, time is standing still. It minimizes. There's a show, since we're talking about movies, one of my favorite newer animated movies is called Soul. And I bring this up all the time because when I saw it, I had to stop. I'm like, this is not for kids. It's for kids, but it's not. It's not for adults either. It's for your soul. It wasn't for an age group, but it was a universal idea that speaks to us all. That put it and used animation for what it's for, to put things into a different realm of thought so you can see how it would look like if you were to break it down and see how it works. Well, in Soul, they had a place in there where all the souls that were kind of either one illuminated and operating in their own little life was actually taking effect. But the other part of it was that they were doing things in there that were there. See, here's something I'm passionate about right here. This is good morning. This is something I'm passionate about. Daddy, go grab my cord on the side of my bed real quick, okay?
See that again? You got to have passion. You got to have a why. Your passion normally fuels your why. Don't get it reversed.
Listen, when you start looking and moving in your passion, you are going to burn off those who are not meant to be with you because you will begin shining so bright. You will begin burning up like a meteor. All right. a meteor that's on fire, heading through the cosmos, on flames. You know what I'm saying? Just burning through like a comet. That's what happens. You become bigger than what you thought you could be. And that's what's happening to all of us. Okay. I'll do it, baby. Thank you so much. You have a good day. I love you.
Hello, hello, Rilla, Princess Rilla. Hello.
That's it, baby. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you too. Tell your brother I said I love him.
Okay. I said I love you.
Okay. Listen. Normally I would get pissed off about that because I wanted to be a perfect show, but she made it a perfect show. Why? Because the instrument of my passion just presented itself to you. That was the result of my passion. Is my children, my family. You know what I mean? Because when you follow your purpose, it's because of my purpose that I have my family. It's because I stepped out. Timelines would have been totally shifted and changed. Here's the truth, right? When I decided, I used to live in Washington State, all right? Scott, you know this, okay? I used to live in Washington State. And I was getting fed up. I was walking in cement that was drying every second. I was trying to swim in quicksand. I was attempting to walk around town with weights on my shoulder and run a marathon. It does not work, okay? And when I realized that it was time for me to go, I could have went straight to where I'm at right now in Atlanta, Georgia, because that's where I knew I wanted to go. That's where I wanted to be at. I didn't want to be anywhere else on earth. But I stayed in tune and I listened to the universe. I listened to the universe because the universe is something to where if you're sensitive to it, it will speak to you like I'm speaking to you. But it will speak in a language of a frequency that only you can understand, only you can comprehend. But other people who are passionate will understand that language, but it speaks to them differently than it speaks to you. The way it worked for me was that it caused me to say, hey, you're going to have to make a detour. You're going to have to go a different route before going straight to where your destination is. They're going to be ready for you by the time you get there. But right now, you have to let that time frame speak to itself. So I decided I'm going to listen to you, universe. Why? Because things are opening up. They knew, the universe knew, and knew that I would gravitate to anything gorilla. Well, I had my brother Sky was down in California and he was making maneuvers and I wanted to be a part of that. Ooh, even my ego got involved and said, yo, we can't let him have all the fun. Let's get down to California too. So we went down to California, man. I went down to California. If I say we, it was me, myself, and I. I went down to California and I finally stepped out of my fears and went to the Sunshine State. You know what I'm saying? And when I got down there, a love started opening up and bubbling in my heart. And my time in California was a roller coaster ride. It was not always good. It was not always bad, but it was always enjoyable because it was always passionate and driven in passion. So when I got down there, I started doing the gorilla more. I started promoting and I started, meeting people. And I started just letting myself be free. I didn't have much of anything. I was homeless, you know what I mean? But I was still living. The whole time I was down there, I was either in my office living, at somebody else's house living, or I was living in a hotel. And guess what? For that 2-year time frame, it was the most invigorating time of my life because I walked out on, it wasn't even about faith. It was about knowing that if I go, the world will show what I need to see. If I stay real with myself and the persons and the people that I encounter, life will wait great things. And let me tell you, I've done things to this day in California that I've never done. I was able to see my brand on TV. I was able to get in front of people who I would have never gotten into, because by feeding more into my passion than into my fears, I opened up and blossomed like a lotus blossom. And when people saw that, they gravitated towards me. Man, I was skinny as a rail, but people had me thinking that I was like, I should have been on Muscle Beach. You know what I mean? Like, because my passion was so ferocious that it had me looking like I was a 6'2", 250-pound bodybuilder. But I was just a skinny rail. And I noticed, because I looked at myself last night, after I hadn't seen myself in a long time, I'm like, yeah, I was skinny. I mean, I'm gunting a little bit more now, but when I tell you, your passion burns off all your idea about yourself, and it leaves only nothing but your purpose and your reason for being. And when you're moving in it, you don't know how to move. It gives you the next step. It is literally driving on a dark road at night with your high beams on. And as far as your high beams will allow you to see, it still doesn't show you all the way down the road. And as you move into it, as long as you keep your light burning, you're going to see more road, enough to move away in case a deer hops across the road, so you don't run over the damn Bambi. But the whole point is, when I was in California, had I not taken that detour to go to California, that little young lady that you just saw stick her head in here, happy, joyful, and exuberant, and ready to express life and tackle it at its finest levels, would not be here. It would have been somebody else. Because the truth is, the universe was in alignment. Everything was in alignment. Time and space were in alignment. Prime example, I left California in 2012 to continue the story. I got back to Georgia in 2012/2013. I worked for the company I transferred down with for a short period of time in the location as an external technician or rep. Well, when that didn't work out, I decided to go into the office. When I went into the office to work on the telephones, that was the time that I met her mother. Get where I'm going with this? Her mother they had just moved down to Georgia from a different, I want to say from the Midwest, like a month or two before I did, or a month or two before I met her. Do you understand? She was given a job by a friend that she met through mutual, our kids were doing sports together. So she met her friend who was not an exec, but a manager at the job we both worked at. She got her the job. Had her timing not been precise, we would have never met. Do you get what I'm saying? Your passion knows no time. Matter of fact, time is a tool for passion to interact with you. Let's say it that way. Let's say it that way. Time is a tool for passion to interact with you. Passion uses your time. Your passion, which you can't control, you can only express and experience, which once again reveals the light of your purpose, gives you the guide stone, the light, the way, the rilla, the Tao, the way to move, to experience life. And once you experience life, good, bad, or indifferent, nothing but another experience awaits.
Hence, life
Go,
awaits.
go real life awaits. Once again, our sponsor. Listen, as I'm gonna give you a break to let you now talk in and express your passionate moment and what drives you and what modes you, Sky. Just know that if you go, you'll never stop. If
Can't
you
stop,
go,
won't stop.
you will never stop. You will be doing the puffings.
But without the shiny suit. No shiny suit. No shiny
without
suit.
the shiny suit, and without and without the death count. Without the death count. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
No touch butt. Ain't gonna play no touch
Right.
butt either, damn it.
Right. Well, hey, without the Greco-Roman wrestling by the poolside with your local artists. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I'm gonna leave that one alone. Let me go get my charger. I'm gonna be right back.
All right. All right, people. So, following your passion. I mean, that's literally what it's about. What it's about at the end of the day. And Earth just shared with you, his story about following his passion. A lot of you kind of know my story. I've shared my life with y'all for a very long time. I'm passionate about you, the people. Got a love-hate relationship with y'all because I understand y'all so well, probably more so than I really want to. But at the end of the day, I was left on this planet to help people. It's what I do. You know what I'm saying? It's why I'm here. It's what it's about. So when I get going and my passion and really get the clacking on it is being of service. Many times I could have been gone from here. Trust me when I tell you, gone. Starts by hit by a car going 40 miles an hour. Boom. Most people from behind, mind you, while I was walking, most people don't live through that. You know what I'm saying? So
From behind.
Thank you. And that changed my life because at the time, I was a very egotistical athlete who was a bigger dude who ran just as fast as the smaller dudes. Different. And I knew I was different. Couldn't put my finger on it, but I knew I wasn't like your average dude when it came to certain things, right? So the universe had to humble me because it realized if anything else would have hit me, I'd have laughed. Like I literally was big enough to laugh it off like, oh, that's funny. That was cute. So it hit me with a vehicle going 40 miles an hour, a couple tons going 40, magnify that by at least 2.5 times. Broke my leg in 2 spots, was in the hospital for a very long time, lost a lot of weight. Went in at about 240, 250, got out at about 170. Yeah. Changed my life completely. Took sports away. At the time, my passion was sports, but I was an arrogant ass. I really was. I was a nice person until you stepped on the field with me. Whether that be a baseball field or a football field, either way, I was giving you the business. And I didn't care if you liked it, didn't like it, didn't want to hear about it. For those of you who play with me, no. Especially for those of you who play football with me, really no. Nothing personal, bro. We got the pads on and coach said we got to hit. Blacked out, my bad. My passion for football was to hurt people. I got to legally hurt people, and you couldn't take me away. No handcuffs, no nothing. I got to really let that aggression out. Baseball was more of my thinking sport, but I got to kind of show you, like, look, you think my size is an issue, right? I'm gonna steal second, then I'm gonna steal third, and I'm gonna laugh at you. And I did it a lot. Those of you who play baseball with me were like, damn, he can move for a big dude. See, it's all up here, people. See, my passion was I'm going to steal that base. My passion was I'm going to make that tackle. My passion is I'm going to hit you harder than you're going to hit me. But see, the universe realized, wait a minute, I have a bigger plan for you. And you can't be having all of that anger in you.
Right.
So we're going to go ahead and just take that completely out of your lexicon. Took out part of my calf muscle. I'm supposed to have a limp. I'm not supposed to feel my right foot. Well, guess what? I don't have a limp and I can feel my right foot. Because the one thing you want an athlete to bounce back, you tell him he can't do. If he's a true athlete, he's going to bounce back or she's going to bounce back, and they're going to do. So, but I realized that it wasn't for me. And I realized to go down a different path. And then once I got deeper into my spiritual self, because I had a whole lot of time laying in a hospital bed by myself to do so, things changed. I changed. I found my passion in being of service to people to the point where, unfortunately and fortunately, I would assist people who I shouldn't have been dealing with. But I realized it took me down a path to see something I was supposed to see. And then I realized that one, there's no coincidence. So my passion for people has taught me about me. At the end of the day, I did door to door for 7.5 years and I loved it. But I was running for myself for 7.5 years. Every state I went to, every door I knocked on, I was there. But I was running. And when I stopped running, what are the chances I stopped running in Washington, New York, or in Washington State, in Tacoma, Washington, to run into that guy right there and what he's wearing on his shirt and his arm and his neck? That's what I ran into when I stopped running. I ran into Gorilla. And that really, it resonated me to a point that I can't even, we were talking last night and I'm like, look, he's like, well, I don't know what. I was like, look, I don't know where I would be if I hadn't found the culture, found the lifestyle. Because your boy was still kind of angry. Like, and some things that happened in my life, and I easily could have been one of them dudes that snapped, and y'all could have been reading about your boy on the evening news talk about, yo,
long time ago.
You heard? Like, yo, 2 people didn't make it today, but he was but the culprit was apprehended. Because look, I wasn't gonna go nowhere. I'd have handled my business and sat there and wait. I might have made a plate of food. Look, I was different then. Different. Like, and I realized I kind of had finding Gorilla and finding my energy kind of made me realize why I'm down with the Hulk so much, because I'm always angry, but I don't have to be angry. Do you see what I'm saying? So for me to Hulk out is just but I'm not touchy. It's not an edgy thing no more. You see what I'm saying? It's now just like okay, so when needed, it's go time.
Go time.
Look, finding my balance was finding my passion. And it's a never-ending thing. Your passion never stops once you find it. My passion is helping people. My passion is going real. Life awaits. That's my passion. That's why 21 years later, we still rocking. We still going just as hard as ever. We just literally ran into 2 of our friends, longtime friends, and they were like, y'all still doing the damn thing. Oh, bigger and better than ever. And because we're following our passion, those of you who know me know I love helping people. I'll help anybody. Anybody. I will talk to anybody. Be like, why are you talking to them? Easy, man. They're primates.
Troop up.
Into them. They primates. At the end of the day, we all primates. That's all Gorilla. You see what I'm saying? I was left here to play Johnny Appleseed and plant ideas and get people thinking and help people find and cultivate their passion. Because when you're passionate about something, you notice you don't get sick. When you follow your passion, you elevate your awareness. You also elevate your resonance on the planet goes up. At that point, your energy level goes up. At that point, you're raising the frequency and vibration of this planet by
raising the frequency, raise the vibration. Ralph Smart, I love that dude. Go ahead.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, it's something that seriously, like a lot of people, but we tell ourselves we don't have time, and we get caught in the rat race. Everything looks like a solid line because basically we're just going, and we just can't look to the right or to the left because we don't have time. Look, you not finding time for your passion, it's slowly killing you. I'm telling you this, and I'm speaking to you, and y'all know how I get down. I speak from experience. I don't tell you some shit that I read or heard somebody else say. When it comes to life stuff, I share my life with you. People are like, why do you do that? I'm like, easy. I share my life because basically there are other people like me. There are other people who are going to have problems, going to be in that dark place. Well, you know what helps me get out of a dark place? My passion. Gorilla, going real, helps me get out of that dark place. Why? Because basically I've lived 2 summers of many summers, but 2 summers that will forever be able to lift me out of any dark hole I have ever been in, because they were magical, people. Look, put it this way. They were so magical that I could have swore they were like 2 or 3 years.
Yep.
Like, like we couldn't have did all that in a matter of months. Are you kidding me? Yeah, we did. And yeah, it was over the top crazy. And that's following your passion. That's being real with it. It's gotten me through a lot in life, man. And I didn't know before I found the lifestyle. You see what I'm saying? I had no idea what I was doing. I knew it was something. I knew I had a calling. I knew it was bigger than me. Hell, like I said, I should have been dead a few times. You know what I'm saying? But once I found it, actually, once it found me,
Ooh.
I just followed the path. Okay, what are the chances? I'm doing door to door across the country, right? I'm meeting people all over the country, been everywhere, small towns, big cities, suburbs. What are the chances I meet a young lady? Okay, I'm in a complex and I see a car and I'm like, yo, that's a Chevy, that's a Nova. All right, bet. I'm gonna sell that person some car magazines and call it a day. We can go back to the hotel. But he was like, all right, yeah, I'll go ahead and sell me a couple and we'll be up out of here, right? And I literally went on the hunt for the person who drove that Nova. Guess what? I found her. Her was sitting outside smoking a cigarette. She doesn't smoke cigarettes often, but she was having a day and decided to come outside and smoke a cigarette. Yeah. Not only did I find the person with the Nova, she became my fiance. That's what got me from, Iowa City, Iowa, came back from Iowa City, Iowa to Tacoma, Washington, to then meet the man you see on the other half of the screen, Earth.
Do you see? Listen, when I tell you, passion uses awareness of time to its advantage in order. See, because you got to think about it, right? You don't control your passion. If anything, you may have picked your passion. You may have picked your purpose before assuming this form that you're in. Okay? Before getting your rollout protocol to come to planet Terra to become, who you're supposed to be for the benefit of the whole. Okay? Let's call it what it is. Programs running in the matrix. All right. You've picked what kind of program you're going to be. Whether you're going to be, some people chose to become malware. So when you see these people who have negative intent about everything, don't get mad at them. Just understand that that's their intent. And your intent is, if you're plugged into your passion, you will be moved around them and moved away from them. It's just the way that it works. The two can't connect. Just can't happen.
No.
But they can both serve purpose, but they just can't connect. Okay? Because malware is malware and program is program. Programs are meant to run until the point where they serve their purpose. Then they can be deleted and returned back to the source to be replenished, revitalized, and sent out as a new program. That's the cycle of life, right?
And some programs hide. Some programs don't want to be deleted because they're living things. And that's why you find loops in your life. See, that program wasn't done running. So it ran.
Touch on that.
It ran. And what it did was it embedded itself somewhere where you wouldn't find it.
Where it wasn't supposed to be.
Yep. To wait for its moment. And then once that moment came, boom. Now all of a sudden you're like, wait. I've been here before. I know this feeling. Why am I feeling this feeling? I thought this was over because that program decided that it didn't want to be deleted. It didn't want to go back to source. It didn't want to get reprogrammed. It wanted to be exactly what it was, an old program that's outdated. And then you find yourself like, why am I following? What the hell? And people be like, your friends be like, dude, you okay? You know this ain't like 95, right? Like you know this is like 2021, don't you? But programs will do that because again, we are programmed beings. We are. We got look. We like Earth said. We knew our purpose when we came down here. We knew our purpose. The movie Soul definitely speaks on. We knew exactly who we are, what we were meant to do when we got here. And then once we came out the womb, neuralize them. Now, here's where the small percentage of people who are immune to the neuralization, because what happens is they actually remember. And from the time they're little kids, those are the people that we deem prophets. Those are the people that we deem different because as little kids, they speak as if they're 90 already. As little kids, these are the people who grow up to do great things. But here's the crazy thing about people like that. They normally don't live long. They don't live full lives. They don't live to be like 80 and 90. Because they
James Dean, Tupac, Marilyn Monroe. I mean,
they came in prodigies. They came in at a higher octave on the scale. Let's just put it that way.
Right.
So by coming in up here, now they don't have far to go before they reach that level of where it's like, okay, it's time to check out. Because again, it's energy. Energy never ever dies. So it's not like these great minds, these great thinkers, or anybody, period, for that matter. Anybody. I don't care if it was the bum down the street. They never die. Energy just gets reformed.
Yep.
And they've either A, decided to check out on their own, but didn't realize that you'll be back. Or B, they completed the mission. And it was time to move on to the next mission. Rather that be back here as a goat or to be in a different star system in galactic wars. We don't know. And that's the beauty of the whole thing. We just don't know. But that's why you stay in the wonderment of life. You stay in your passion because it's only going to help you. People, we don't make a lot of promises. We really don't. But one thing we know from a long list of studies that we run on ourselves.
Yep.
So yes, we didn't use no guinea pigs. We were the guinea pigs. We didn't ask anybody else to do anything that we did not do ourselves. We're telling you from experience. We're telling you from traveling to different countries with this. We're telling you from sleeping in a car. We're telling you from like, oh, damn, ribs is touching. We got to make it happen. We're telling you these things from experience. Back against the wall, what happened? Passion. And once we realized, wait, we got to go. We went. And whenever we go, man, listen, history's made every time we go. That's facts.
Every time.
That's
because
facts.
Here's the thing, right? When you start moving, you don't know where you're going. And that's the whole key, is to not know where you're going. It's driving that winding road without your high beams on. So you don't even know when the next curve is coming. But you're guided. Your inner guidance or your energy guides you to where you're supposed to be at. See, like if the magnets are strong enough, you can hold a magnet on one side of the room and hold another magnet on another side of the room and let them go. And if they're strong enough, they're going to connect. It's just the way it is, because the polarity that is in both of those pieces are going to pull it through. The only thing that's going to stop it is something gets in between it. And then they're going to sit on both sides of that thing if the polarity is strong enough, and they're going to sit there until that thing is moved out of the way. And once it's moved out of the way, they're going to connect. See, with purpose and yourself, there is that polarity to purpose. And that polarity is called passion. And that passion connects you to that purpose so you can do what your purpose is. See, we wander around in this world aimlessly because religious dogma has told us that we're here to serve a high purpose, but it didn't tell us what that purpose is, how to find that purpose, how to dig and get in tune with that purpose.
It tells you how to find it. outside of you.
Outside of
Look
you.
outside of you. All answers you seek are outside of you. See, people, what he's telling you is factual. Look around you. Why do you think there are certain, and I'm not going to go there with exactly, but you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. Why
Yep.
is there one of these places damn near on every street corner, usually in an urban area? And I'm not
Hmm.
talking about a liquor store. It's to keep you out of you. It's to keep you from going inside of you.
Yep.
You're the one who's going to save you. You're the one you've always been looking for, people. Trust me, I know. 2 marriages in, and I finally realized, guess what the problem is, Travis? It's you. You need to love you. If you don't love you, they're just going to give you what you give this fake shit. And I can't even get mad at them. I can't get mad at them. I
Nope.
did get mad at them. And you know what it did? It made me sick. It made me gain weight. It made me do all types of things physically. But I realized I need to be in love with me.
Yep.
Oh, because when I was in love with me, oh, the things that I did, oh, it was unstoppable. Unstoppable. Oh, now couple that with passion. People, look inside of you. Do not go outside of you. There is no answer outside of you. I promise you that. I promise you that. Again, prayer is you talking to God, meditation is God talking to you.
Say that again.
Prayer. You talk to God in prayer. When you meditate, God talks to you. The universe then chimes into you, tunes into your frequency, and says, look, gives you the messages. And you be trying to figure out, okay, people, so I'm going to ask y'all a question. So we all talk to ourselves periodically, and we all answer ourselves without opening our mouth. Who's the voice? What's
Uh-oh.
the voice? What's the voice in the machine? Yeah.
Uh-oh.
That's your soul. That's your essence. That's your higher self. That's your connection with the person who's running your show on remote.
On remote.
In this holographic thing we call a world. That's what that is. Huh. So yes.
And they say, don't, when you hear the voice, don't talk back. Well, they tell you a lot of things. Here's what I would recommend you try doing, right? As long as it doesn't hurt somebody, doesn't hurt yourself, and doesn't cause you, well, just go off of those 2 right now, okay? Because other than that, you'll know, right? But when you do talk back and talk out loud, once again, I told you that you run people away from you with your passion. Because when you're walking around, all right, I know we can do this, got to do that, feeling that mood. All right, I'm here. Where do you need me to be at, universe? Shine a light, guide me here. People are gonna be like, who the heck is that person talking to? Let me see if he's got an earbud in his ear. Is that an iPod Pro, or what kind of earbud you got there? See, the thing is, what this is gonna do is cause you to say, pull a Tupac and say, F the world. And it's just me against the world, baby. You know what I'm saying? See, Tupac recognized his passion. He recognized his passion because he saw something that he was passionate about and took a stance. Now, he may have been, caught up with a lot of other effluvia, you know what I'm saying? Which was because that's the way of this world. When you start moving through, you have to move through the crap to burn it off.
And it gets deeper. The deeper you get, the deeper it gets because it's trying to stop you. Again, that's doubling back on the ego. See, that's where ego will definitely double back, triple back, quadruple back, quintuple back on you to make it hard for you to get through because it wants you to rely on it. It doesn't want you to rely on your passion.
Right. Ego wants you to be methodical. Ego wants you to be it wants you to be pompous. It wants you to be intellectual. Ego wants you to be all of these things that feed more into ego. Ego wants you to be fearful because to be fearful means the ego's confines on your life are only strengthening. Ego wants you to stay locked in a cell. Ego wants you to stay doing this for 8 to 5 hours. right? Ego wants to keep you away from the people who can help you and keep you near the people that hurt you. Ego wants you to stay in whatever perspective you believe that you should be in. So if you believe you
Survival.
should be broke, then guess what? Ego is like whatever you are greater about. If you're greater about making money and not caring about people, then ego is going to put you there. If you believe that you should be broke because you should believe you're a poor
Money
righteous
is the root of
teacher.
all evil.
Oh, if you believe that money is the root of all evil, you know what I'm saying?
And
Then
gotcha.
ego has got a grip on your ass, like wow, talons in your ass. I'm like, look, money is not the root of all evil. It's not. Listen to what it says. For the love of money is the root of all evil. Why? Because love is the greatest projection of energy,
Greatest power ever.
the greatest power, the greatest projection of energy that you can use to focus. If you remember the Care Bears, remember the Care Bears?
Oh
When
yeah,
they
they
did the
had the
Care
little
Bear
heart,
stare?
the heart light.
Yeah. When they did the Care Bear stare, they link arms together and stick their chest out, and then the light rainbow would come from their chest. You know what I'm saying? As sexual and erotic as that was, but not knowing it as a kid, I understood what it means, to let your passion go beyond you. See, your ego doesn't want you to let anything go beyond you but your fear, your apprehension, and your maniacal thinking that keeps you locked in confines. So that's not what you should be doing. What you should be doing is you should be talking out loud around the house, outside. I heard this one lady. I'm in my garage working, and I hear this. I hear a I didn't know what the heck was going on. I'm like, man, is somebody fighting outside? I'm like, this ain't that kind of neighborhood. So I go outside, and this woman's walking, and she's singing her praise songs, and I don't mind if she's singing her praise songs. She's loud as I don't know what at like 9, 10 in the morning. But the point is, she was living in hers and she didn't care. But the point is, here's where it was messed up at. Everything that she was doing was because she had a song on in her head and she was singing that song out. When you're passionate about something, when you're in the midst of passion, you don't need the headphones. You don't need the ear pods. You can be walking around talking out loud like that, and you're talking to your energy, and your energy is talking to you, and you're getting something that nobody else can see. So let's go back to soul, right? I forgot his name, Windmaker, I think it was, or something like that. He was the one that had the ship that would navigate in between the realms to where the souls are at. He would rescue these zombie souls and free them from their encapturement.
Yeah.
One time he did it, and there was a dude that like they opened up a portal. You know what I'm saying? Because these things would build up this little stuff around them, and then they would just be walking like little zombies. And then when it finally opened up, and they showed that thing like what it looked like on the other side, which was in the real world where they were tethered to, it showed a guy at a desk, and he was just like typing like that. And then like so it opened up the portal to free him and let him get back into his spirit. I mean, the spirit, his soul, get back into his body. When he got back into his soul, he snaps up and he's like, "I'm free! I'm alive!" He throws everything off his desk, runs around, starts throwing stuff off of other people's desks. He's like, "I'm free! I'm alive again!" And he runs out the building. Dude, that is your passion. That is your passion. When you reconnect with that purpose that makes you pound your chest, with that purpose that makes you pound your chest, when you reconnect with that and that fire gets up on you, damn it all. Like, I don't care who's listening. I don't care who's in my way. They better get out my way. And those are the people that we call crazy.
Yep. Yep. Those are the ones that are labeled, judged. People walk away from them because they're like, yo, look, man, you're a fanatic. But look though, but they're doing something that most people can't understand and people can't control. So
Nope.
people fear them. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, just imagine this, people. Just imagine this. Just imagine this. Just imagine you've got 6 people in a time in which no one had ever seen anything like gorilla, ever. Walking through a mall, all with gorilla gear on, emblem on shirt, blazing front forward, hats. One gorilla even had his beard platinum. Little kids wanting to touch it. Parents were like, don't stare. Why do you think I did it? I want you to look. Look over here. Look, people
Facts.
didn't know what to do. They didn't know whether to run or ask us, what is that? They really didn't know. Like, it was just like people would freeze up. Like, did you? We'd walk by and they unfreeze. Did you see that? What was that? What they felt was a group of people who literally were following their passion. And that's exactly what we were doing. We were following our passion. It didn't matter. You could understand it, not understand it, love it, leave it. Didn't matter. Why? Because we were following our passion. And that's
Right.
what we do. That's what we do as Gorilla. We follow our passion. It's all about the go. The go is the movement. Now, how you Rilla? So you create the Rilla. You create your way. See, that's why it's a lifestyle. That's why it's a culture. Because all we're telling you is to go and create your own way. Don't follow in somebody else's shadow or footsteps. Yeah, it's nice if you need a start. But guess what? Their footsteps and shadow stops one day. So you're supposed to stop when it stops? Again, why are you looking outside of you?
Why?
For you. We know. We've looked outside of ourselves. And now here's what made it even worse for us. We know better.
Yep.
We know about the energy. But yet and still got caught looking outside.
Yep.
For something that we would never find outside. Ever.
I tried to pull a cipher. Well, I tried to pull a cipher. I tried to get I tried to get back into the matrix. I tried to put the genie back in the bottle. I didn't want the universal glasses. But once I put them on,
Too late.
I couldn't take them off.
No.
And I couldn't force anybody else to wear them. And I couldn't see things as I wanted them to be. I had to see things as they were. And that caused me to say, oh my gosh, I'm not human. I'm something totally different. Why? Because humans don't do this. Humans are complacent. Humans are stuck in their mode. Humans are wallowing in their woes. Our humans are trying to take advantage of their situation and other situations. No, I just wanted to be and I wanted to G. And that's it. I just wanted to go. And when it got to the point where it was like, well, what's next?
That's what leaves people in a stuck spot. When you
Mm.
continue to look outside of yourself, when that train stops moving, you're at a crossroads. Now, you can go down the land of the abyss if you want to. And I'm going to tell you, speaking from experience, you die slowly every single day.
Every day.
A piece of you literally just tethers off and frays and then is gone. And every day that'll happen for the rest of your life if you let it. But if you realize that, wait a minute, you know what? When I was a kid, see, revert back to when you were a kid. You'll help find your passion a lot, especially if you look back, it's like, wait, I like doing this right here. Yeah. When I was a kid, you know what I would do because I was an only child? I would get my box radio. Well, box radio. Holy cow.
You said it.
And I would put a tape in and I would record me doing commercials and ad libs in my bedroom. to lead me to what am I doing right now. I'm on an interactive, still talking, still flowing, just the way I was when I was a little kid.
Yep.
My passion, people, my passion is giving back to you through via communication. It's my passion. But see, I've always had it. It just got lost in this and that and this and that and life. Oh, life. Until I realized, wait a minute, I should have never stopped you. And I've had people along the way that I've told the same thing. Dude, this is my therapy. I told somebody else, 33. I'm like, look, this is your therapy, man. You can't stop this. You need this just like it needs you. He went to school, got a broadcasting degree. My man is on it right now. On it. He is on the
all the way.
airwaves.
Shout out G33.
Yeah, shout out to G33. My man is doing it. Now, I told him, and I had to look at him and be like, duh. You gave him the advice. Follow your own advice, 3. You gave 33 the advice to give back to you later. Kind of like this guy over here, Earth G1. G1 made a bunch of videos, see? G1 made a bunch of videos and forgot he made them. These videos were made 14 years ago. Now, 14 years ago, he made them not thinking that he made those videos for 14 years later. He didn't make those videos for then. He made them for now. So the man that you see sitting in that chair, watch those videos again. Now, you want to talk about lighting a fire under one's ass. There is nothing like you watching you tell you what to do. A younger version of you. Like, and mind you, I went back and watched my videos too. And was like, oh my goodness. What the hell am I doing? I know what I need to be doing. Yes, I'm still going to do my daily flow.
Yep.
But the passion involved now, man, listen. We've got about 2 minutes. Parting shot, my good brother. Parting shot.
Live your passion. That is the guerrilla way. Live your passion. We now, in order to live our passion fully, have to get off of everybody's time clock. So we need your support. We need you to go to www.guerrillalife.com, purchase some gear. We need you to go to Earth and Sky Apparel. We need you to go to Earth and Sky Interactive. We need you to check out all the different platforms where we're talking about what we're talking about, because we have nothing left to do besides get you now in the mode to go, because it is now time to go. And the truth is, if you don't live your passion, you never find your purpose, your life will be lost on things that the ego has dictated. That's my part.
You become basically a walking dead. You become a zombie. Been there, done that. I'm over it. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, when you reignite that passion, it adds to everything you do. So you go to work, you got that passion. People are gonna look at you different. Like, there's something different about you, man. Like, you got your swag is different. Like, your energy, your vibe is just different.
Right.
Yeah, it's different. Why? Because you're taking and you've now reconnected with that energy, and now it's flowing through you. So now you become the vessel that you were meant to be. And it's just that simple, people. It's all about the go. You create the Rilla. Rilla is the way, but you are the creator. We are here to be creators.
Yep.
So go forth and create. Go and create. Go Rilla. That's
go
why
real.
is what it is. People, this isn't by accident. This is by divine design that's bigger than me and him.
Yep.
We just so happen to be messengers. They love
That's
what we
it.
do.
Don't shoot
That's
the
all.
messenger.
No, look. Or kick him in a hole like Leonidas.
This
Leonidas like,
is Gorilla.
wow.
Hey, man, Earth and Sky unite, man. Look, it is an awesome thing to be able to come here to you and bring you this platform, man. But we also understand that this is a part of our purpose. So we don't get it twisted, nor should you, because you have people that are depending on you to go. Like, follow, and subscribe. Get at us. Earth and Sky.
Get your fur right. Get your fur right. Like you said, GorillaLife.com. GorillaLife.com. All right, y'all. We about to get up out of here. That was the Wednesday morning mashup. Again,
Wednesday morning
hot
mashup.
take, follow your passion. Find
Follow
your passion.
your passion.
And if you need help with that, you get in touch with Earth on his platform. You get in touch with Sky on my platform. We can help you follow your passion. We've been doing it for 21 years. Trust me when I tell you, we're pretty damn good at what we do.
Damn good. All right.
On that note, my Rilla.
Hey, have a gorilla kind of day, brother. Check in with y'all later. Peace.